Hey, you there. Thank you for watching and welcome to Forge Lines Forever. Today I have a 6v6 custom match here on the most amazing Noxus map generator. Let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players, starting off with Team 1 on the northeastern side of the map and with Team 2 on the southwestern side of the map. Taking a look at Team 1's, let's say kind of isolated player, but not that far away from his teammates. We have Sui. He's playing as an Aeon for this match. He is a 1900 to his north. We have in Batman Gray, it is F. Odin playing as a Cybran. He is a 2000 rated. He is tied for the highest ranked player on his team. To his west in Rust, we have the Cybran as well of Lufke, or Luf for short. He is a 1900 again in Rust. To his next door neighbor, we have in orange color. Orange is Zopnicki. He's playing as a UEF. He is a 1200. To his north by northeast, we have Yoji in Imperial Gray. He is a 2000 rated, tied with F. Odin for highest rated player on his team. And running out Team 1, we have in Regal Purple, it is Turbo Puck playing as a UEF. He is a 1600. So for Team 1 side of the map, they have 2 UEF, 2 Cybrans, 1 Aeon, and 1 Seraphim. All the factions are represented on Team 1 side of the map. Taking a look at Team 2's southeastern player. Again, not necessarily isolated, but kind of on his own. We have in Royal Blue, it is Death by Succubus. Always an interesting way to go out. He is a Cybran. He is a 1700. To his west, we have in Barbie Pink. I always have to zoom out to make sure I have the right color. It is Psychoad. He is an 1800 as a Seraphim. To his north, making his way to the middle of the map, we have in Ruby Red, it is Hollow Submarine. He is an Aeon for this match as a 1700. And next door neighbor to him, the other red player for Team 2, it is Pepe. He's playing as a UEF in Chevy Crimson. He is a 1600. In Snow White to his southwest, we have Mimics. He's playing as a UEF for this match as a 2200. He's the highest rated player on Team 2 and in the game overall. And to his north, we have in Glow in the Dark Green, it is Saizawan playing as a 1600 as a UEF. So the Team 2 side of the map, they have 3 UEF. They also have 1 Cybran, 1 Aeon, and 1 Seraphim, which means both teams have at least one of each of the factions on their side of the map, so nobody is missing out on faction technology. And the difference between Team 1 and Team 2 is Team 2 has a little bit more UEF and a little less Cybran, and Team 1 has a little bit less UEF and a little bit more Cybran. And for these 12 players on the map, let's take a look at their reclaim situation. Currently sitting at, that's not bad, 15,000 mass and reclaim, which makes it 1.1, 1.2k mass per player. It's definitely worth going after. And in terms of major compasses, it does reside in the middle of the map where we kind of expect. Excuse me. Sorry. Excited to be, excuse me, definitely where we expect it to be on the map. And towards the southeast, a little bit more reclaim down here, but it's kind of more scattered about. There's a couple of bits and bobs of reclaim in that northern pond. Taking a look at where players are headed off to in this game, we have 3 players from Team 1 headed down the middle. That's going to be the 2 orange players for Team 1 being Zopnicki and Luf, and then Team 1's F. Odin. We see Hollow Submarine going for a gun upgrade in the middle for Team 2, as well as Psychoad down here to the south. We also see Peppers is kind of straddling the middle northwest, also maybe Navy, so we'll see if he ends up going that way entirely, but Saizawan is fully committed to Navy. And then Team 1's Turbo Puck is also in Navy to the north. So a little bit of an advantage for Team 2 in the Navy, but a little bit of advantage for Team 1 in the middle. In terms of comms, we do see in the southeastern section of the map, we do see Death by Succubus landing troops with distance building techniques to the lower section and sending troops around or on that upper plateau bridge against Team 1 Sui, who hasn't left his main base as of yet. And in terms of additional mixes on the map, we'll take a look at Team 1 side of the map this match. We have a quad mix in the background. We also have a quad mix on the front line, a trimix also on that same front line, a trimix to the south of Sui's position, another trimix that Team 2 is actually grabbing. And then I think that's about it in terms of clumpages that I can see. I don't think I've missed any of them. There also, of course, are the customary one-off mixes, but there are, I found one, there's another trimix position right there. Range started for Team 2's Hollow Submarine. After a speed upgrade, gun damage range started for Zopnicki. Stealth started for Lou. He's probably going to go for a gun after that. And I will note that the middle of the map kind of does force these players to go this way because there is an upper plateau. So there's not kind of a big bowl in the middle of the map. It's kind of this really weird, I don't even know, like A-shaped kind of bowl, I guess. So we'll see if players end up using the plateau to their advantage. Now, Team 2 currently has it under control, but we'll see how long that takes. And it looks like forces have actually gotten to the upper section of that upper section of that lower section and securing that Trimax position for now. They haven't claimed it yet. They just have it under their control. We do see guns started for Lou after that stealth upgrade. Team 1 and Team 2 starting to tech up their, not tech up their navy, but at least tech up their units amounts in terms of how many units are on the screen currently in their possession. And in terms of air, it looks like it's going to be Team 2's Mimics. And it looks like he might even build up a backup facility back there. I do like that, using that corner of the map. Team 2 actually dealing with a landing of troops from Team 1 Sui, so he thought the exact same thing, but unfortunately for Team 1, that move was dealt with sooner rather than later. Team 1's Yoji is in there. He's going for T2 Pigeons as we speak. Nano repair started for Lou after his gun upgrade. T2 started after the gun upgrade for Zopnicki. Looks like everybody in the middle either done with their upgrades or haven't even started another one. And in the southeast, Team 2's Psychoad is taking full advantage of all those additional mexes and starting to get his ego nice and plump. And we do see Team 1's F Odin starting to head to the middle of the map to assist Lou. Not really a lot of action happening down the middle. To the northwest, though, we see a little bit of skirmishing between Peppers Iscom and forces from Zopnicki. The force from him will be able to take out that land facility. It won't be a big issue, but it will still be annoying. And we see Team 1 and Team 2's Navy not really engaging one another. Same kind of mirroring on the northwestern side, where there's kind of this outcropping in that pond area. So really, for some reason, I don't know why the map generator likes those little outcroppings, but for some reason it does. And for me, it kind of looks like a butterfly. You kind of have the head here and then the wings kind of splayed that way. You know, however you want to draw the wings kind of thing. And then there's the back of it. Anyway, it kind of looks like a butterfly, but that's probably just me. Could be somebody else, but it's probably just me. Gun started for Psychoad. T2 started for... Sorry, T2 started for Psychoad. Gun started for Death by Succubus. Forces have been dropped off by Team 1's F Odin to try to claim a section of that upper plateau, even though there's no mexes up there. But Team 2 says, nope, that is mine, go away. And speaking of go away, Team 2's Peppers is being forced out by Zopnicki's gun, and T2 come and superior numerical force. Mimics is moving in to assist as well. Looks like he's actually falling back like, no, I want no part of that. Never mind. T3 Air online for Team 1. T3 Air online for Team 2, so I highly doubt any sort of early bombers. And first Convicom action occurs between a hollow submarine of Team 2 and Lou of Team 1. Gun Nano versus gun and speed / range, so no additional upgrades on board. That'll favor Team 1's Lou's commander. Bell started for Team 2's Death by Succubus, but I'm going to go for Nano afterwards. And the forces down here are still trying to secure this little mech's position. Looks like some Team 1 AA being built to deter any sort of transports or just Team 1 bombers. We do see some shielding trying to be built to protect the base here. Not really going to work for Team 2, unfortunately. More units are inbound for Hollow, but now Hollow is going to get double teamed by Lou and F Odin. Things going down saying, hey, look out. This gun started from Mimics' comm. T2 started for Swee's comm. And Hollow Submarine still losing hit points. Not looking good. We do see some of those Nathas. Those were some Nathas inbound from Psychoad to assist. We have some forces inbound from Zopnicki from behind to assist. It's going to be essentially a 3-to-1 advantage, and Hollow Submarine is losing hit points very quickly. I don't think he's getting out of this mix. 600 hit points, 500, 400, 300, 200, 100, and there he goes. And Lou actually dropping into the red. Team 1 scores the first blood of the game, first kill. But it might be a nice little revenge game. Below 1,000 hit points for Lou. One more bomber will do the job. And will it be enough? There he is. Team 1 loses Lou to Psychoad. So a little bit of revenge for Team 2, dropping this game down to a 5v5. and F Odin is in the yellow, and Zopnicki is at full HP. So Team 1 and Team 2 have lost a player pretty well within 30 to 45 seconds of one another, which means Team 1's Yoji gets the second base once belonging to Lu. Actually, scratch that, F Odin gets that base, considering he's on the front line. That makes more sense. Which might mean that Pepe's gets that base, or maybe Psychoed gets that base from Team 2's Hollow Submarine. Was it the same? It was the same position. It's not like one player, died here, one player died here. They both died in the same exact mirrored position. So I guess there's that, I guess. T2 started on Pepper's ISCOM after the gun upgrade has been done. And T2 Navy online for Team 2. Cruiser missiles are online or soon to be online. Team 1 also has T2 Navy online. Cruiser missiles are already online for Team 1. Unfortunately for Team 1, there's no real good targets in range because they already have the upper plateau up here. So at least there's that. But I wouldn't be surprised to see a cruiser come in soon from Zaizawan and just bombard that position with missiles until it's done and over with. Gun started for Team 2. Psycho went to the south. Shield started for Mimics. He has Nano on board. And Team 1 not really asserting their dominance in the middle of the map. Same with Team 2. They're kind of playing a little bit closer to the chest. We do see some Swift Winds online for Sweet. It looks like F is falling back a little bit, just in case any sort of bombers come out of the woodwork from Team 2. We do see Sweeze over here on this nice little upper plateau, just shooting, monkeys in a barrel, or fish in a barrel, I should say, not monkeys in a barrel, fish in a barrel at the units, just circling those mexes down there. Wall sections have been built to prevent any sort of incursion, at least from now, for Team 1 this way. They still have to deal with forces from this way, especially ones that don't need land to survive, which are some, not interceptors, but some renegade gunships, some T2 variety ones. Now, the stealth field started for Zopnicki. It's not a bad upgrade. It's not my favorite. When you see the shield upgrade, it's going to get 19,000 hit points instead of 5 at the shield. But again, it does regen, I think, quicker than the regular one does. So you could lose the 5,000 and get the 5,000 back quicker than you would lose the 19,000 and get the 19,000 back. There's that to consider. And Team 2's player Pepe's has dropped his comm on the upper plateau, and with the assistance of a Governor class cruiser is starting to blap away those remaining forces and structures from Team 1. Usually the game has kind of died down a little bit, but there are some gunships starting to rage a little bit of skirmishing wars against Team 2. We have flak being built. I highly doubt that's going to finish. A couple of missile launchers are immediately eradicated by Team 1's gunships. That is unfortunate. Looks like they were maybe going to launch some missiles. Team 1 did have some not torque defense, but Team D defense in the wings. They were just waiting for missiles to be launched at them anyways. And maybe they already were, and they were, counteracting that attack that I probably missed. But anyways, no more missiles would have realistically been able to be used unless they tried to go after the comm, which maybe would have worked if they overwhelmed that TMD, but 2 or 3 probably wouldn't have been enough. You need, I think it's 4 to overwhelm, because I think 3 is what can be grabbed by that little flare that it launches. Zopnicki again moving forward with that gun, T2 and shield field comm versus Mimics' gun, personal shield, and nano comm. There's the overcharge. It's 60 charge per second versus 30, so it's double the speed for the 5,000 versus the 19,000, but again, it's 19,000 total hit points versus the 5,000 total hit points. Forces from Mimics are starting to engage, and Zopnicki's comm is dropping hit points. Again, they're dropping the comm's hit points in terms of the shield decently well, but again, it's one of those situations where now the shield's offline. It'll regen quicker, but just have to be aware of once the shield is offline, he will take hull plating damage. And those pillars are still after him. Not looking good here for Mimics. He's kind of being surrounded. His forces are over here. They need to engage. I don't know if they're trying to lure Zopnicki into a false sense of security or something, but he's losing hit points hand over fist, and he's not going to get that shield back anytime soon. We have Riptides inbound from him. His shield is now down, and now those forces are coming to collide. Looks like Mimics was using his comm at best he could to just tank as much of the damage as possible. Zopnicki will retreat. His shield is now soon to be back online and is going to retreat. the time being. Couple of destroyers hanging out over here. We have some skyboxers shooting at some interceptors from Team 2. Nothing too crazy lost one way or the other. We have some... Oh, that's interesting. We have Team 1's Turbo Puck transferring everything over to Yoji. Don't know if he's going to depart or not. Maybe he had to go to the bathroom or something, so he just said, hey, use my stuff and then give it back. I don't think there was any... Oh, play 1v4, says Turbo Puck. I have no idea what that's in reference to. Shield coming online here for Pepe's to protect against those missiles. 2 TMD should be more than enough. You really want... I mean, you pretty want more like a... Not necessarily a 3-to-1. But the buzz kills are really buzz kills. So you really want at least the 3-to-1. If they had zappers, 1 would probably be more than enough. But with a second one online a little bit further forward, or a third one online a little bit forward, that should be more than enough. Because the problem was the missile was being hit and then it was impacting the shield. So it still wasn't being completely dealt with. But now that one's further forward, you can shoot it and then shoot it again before it impacts the shield. So it's a little bit better in terms of defending that emplacement. I can control, looks like Turbo Puck to Yoji. So it looks like he's still in the game. I just have no idea what's going on with transferring control over those units. Team 2, oh, I thought he was going to go for T3. He's not yet. I guess it's not that close to T3 tech yet. Pepe's still at T1. He's not really producing anything. Looks like just a couple of frigates that have something online, but if he is producing anything, I think he's just transferring it over to Saizoan. T3 air being a little bit expanded upon here for Team 2. Same thing for Team 1. A little bit faster though for Yoji because he has a lot more mass to play with. 321 versus Mimix's 284. F. Odin's also on 290, and everybody else on his team and the other team is below that. Psychoad is the only player on Team 2 that's closest to Mimix at 174. It's him and Death by Succubus. They're kind of floating between one another. We do see... Oh, was that a missile or was that an artillery piece shot? That was a missile from Team 2's Psychoad. That was a nice shot if he was meaning to hit him. But there's now tactical missile redirect systems on board those loyalists, and that's going to go no, bad. Looks like it's inbound for that shielded position. That TML will soon to be deleted. There is a TMD, and it looks like it is being dealt with. Yep, right before it even impacts the shielding. T3 started here for Team 1's. Stopnicky, a little bit more hit points, but probably more for the Ravager capability construction on board that commander. Looks like transport has been spotted by Team 1's Turbo Puck, who is moving this way. He has no upgrades on board. No idea what he's up to, but he's up to something. You see more and more destroyers coming online for Team 1. Still T2 Navy for Team 1. Still T2... No, he is going for T3 Navy before 20 minutes, which means Neptunes will soon be on the rise for Team 2 Saizolan. Love to see those units, and I think if you can push in soon enough with them, it might be enough to wipe out the entire water navy situation for Team 1. And they can just bombard this base, if not maybe get close to this base, and maybe even this base, and start to wipe out the western side of Team 1's infrastructure. Another missile inbound, trying to avoid the TMRs, the tactical missile redirect or reflection systems on board those loyalists. That's another 6 max a second that Team 1's going to miss out on. And Team 2 is pushing in slowly but surely. There are some more bulwarks coming online. More and more destroyers coming online as well. Right? Yes, more destroyers added. I always have to check the back to make sure it's a little bit of a kind of a cargo bay for those missiles to fly out of. There's T3 Navy. He has to get engineers first, and then once he goes for that, I think then he'll go for those nice Neptune class battle cruisers. There is Turbo Puck just walking to the other side of the map. Pepe's is going to drop his comm. Maybe right on top. Oh, no, not right on top of him. Looks like maybe Torp Launchers is in his... Yep, he's going to build some Team 1 Torp Launchers. And Turbo Puck goes, okay, I won't go that way, I guess. Missile coming in from Team 1. Going after the T2 Naval Headquarters. There is one TMD here. Probably needs to have at least one more. It shoots down the missile, so never mind. Maybe it only needed one. That seems weird. There's that TMO right there. T3 almost done on board. And I hear a strap bomber somewhere inbound from Team 2's Psychoad. So he has T3 air online. And it looks like Peppers is starting to hunt him down. 1-star vet, T2 and Goat on board. Turbopuck has no upgrades, no veterancy, no nothing. And that bomber needs to keep heading westward. It is going to be caught by ASFs. It's still going westward, so it looks like it is going to make it home. Now Turbopuck has dropped to about 50% hit points. He's going to be driven away. They had no idea what was on board that commander. If they did zoom in, they would see there's no changes on the arms or anything, so they would know there's no upgrades, at least on those. So there's that. Tactical missile launcher started for Pepe's. Ooh, he might try to snipe him with a missile. That'd be interesting. 21 minutes in climbing here in this game. We have T3 starting to hit for Psychoad just for a little bit more hit points, as well as building some AA. I would be resuming on that. T3 Omni is now completed, which means Team 2 has a little bit more intelligence on what Team 1 is up to. This is what Team 1 can see on Team 2's side of the map. They also have an Omni somewhere. Looks like it's right... They should have it somewhere. Where is it? Oh, it's back there. There it is. It was hiding by F. Odin's commander. But Team 1's fleet is pushing in, and with T3 Navy focus, there's not a lot of replacements being built by Team 2, which means he needs to just get that Neptune online sooner rather than later, and get another one probably online just to be able to out DPS his opponents. We see Team 1 subs, Team 1 frigates, T2 destroyers. We see some bulwarks and keeping the cruiser or two back. Just, oh my goodness, that's a lot of torp bombers from Team 1. Looks like they maybe have been spotted by Team... Oh yeah, he's flying right over them. He knows exactly what's inbound. ASF's moving into intercept. It's probably going to go after that T3 naval headquarters. And now the Neptune class battlecruiser is pumping out laser shots from the dual cannons in the AZ configuration. In terms of one being in the front, one being in the back. We have destroyer shards starting to rain in from Team 1, but just ripping apart anything that gets near. T2 Navy online needs to build at least something, but TAC missiles still being rained in from Team 1, and those spy planes are still getting an active readout of where those torp bombers are. Zopnicki going to get some reinforcements from Turbopuck's commander. Strat bomber's still running around for Team 2. No idea what he's up to, but looks like it did strike Turbopuck's commander again. And the Neptune is trying to stay back as much as possible. We have some Hovertech Riptides inbound to just push back Team 1 slightly, allowing them to build a second Neptune soon. He's kind of run out of other units to really work with anyways. Strat Bomber is still running around. Missile inbound from Team 2's Pepe's. Looks like it's going after Mex's. Oh, please tell me it was... No, it's not going to go after the T1 Mex. Going to go after that T2. He's already killed off 2 Mexes up there, continuing to just bombard Team 1's eco. In terms of eco, it's about a dead even race at 24 minutes on the clock at 1.4k. We have Turbopuck just saying engage, engage, engage. Second Neptune is halfway done. And there's the attack order from Team 1 to continue engaging. Looks like the focus is the destroyers first and then the frigates. It's probably a better call there. And they're just going to try to rip them apart with those riptides. There's another destroyer and another one right after that. This will probably end up being the focus from Team 1 here shortly. They are going to be driven back at this point. Some shots are raining in on that headquarters, but I don't know. Most of the units have now been dealt with, so I don't think the attack is going to really work out. Southeast, nothing really too crazy, but Team 2 does have a T2 naval headquarters deploying some Salems. They can't get to that upper plateau section, to be honest with you. They're stuck down there, which is why I'm kind of surprised he went for Salems instead of Sirens for the cruiser AA capabilities. They are building some flak nearby in T3A to deal with those restorers, though. Another Neptune is online. Barely battle damaged and scarred. This one has taken a hit, but it's now at 1-star vet. And that fleet is still trying to amass a force. T3 Navy is now starting to be on the cards for Team 1's Yoji, so he's trying to get his own Neptunes online. And those restorers have been dealt with. And even more AA has been built back here by Psychoad. So again, I don't understand the destroyers, but he has a plan for them in one way or the other. That's where I feel like just get some AA and just line this corner and call it a day. You essentially force Team 1 to engage somewhat in a 45-degree angle instead of going on the edges of the map. Granted, Team 2 controls that edge of the map, so there's really no point going that way. Now we have a little bit of a brick wall with some SACU Rainbow preset regen nonsense. We see Psychoads over here as well, Gun Nano and T3 on board, and that's SACU not feeling too hot, but the bricks are starting to chew through all of those units, especially with the EMP capable SACU on the front line. Those torp bombers have gone home to rest, and another Neptune probably going to go. No, he's going to go for either cruisers or destroyers. He has another cruiser, so it's probably going to be another cruiser, and bulwarks to protect the laser weapons on board those Neptunes. That's very smart call. Another shield online. Psychoad, no shielding because he has no power. That's not great for him. No, he is super negative right now. And that monkey lord is inbound. Psychoad, you got to fall back. You got to fall back. He's stuck. He's got it. No, he's just got to get out of there. We have Othams and everything are going to surge that brick wall to try to force this army back. And the pings are immense from Team 2 saying, hey, just run away. Brick wall is inbound for Psycho. Adds calm. And overcharge kills off a chunk of hit points, but it's not going to be enough. Psycho Ad will die in this encounter, and there he goes. And the Monkey Lord takes a little bit more damage. There's another big force behind him from Team 2's Mimics. Looks like it was inbound, and Monkey Lord gets a little bit more veterancy. Looks like, are there some Absolvers in that mix? There are Absolvers in the mix. That's cool. I don't really see them being used en masse like that. Usually just one or two of them. But Team 2 loses another player. Mimics gets his base, and now he's up to almost 1,000 mass a second. It is unfortunate. If he left maybe 10, 15 seconds sooner, maybe that would have been enough to get away and have those forces from Mimics to catch up, but it just wasn't soon enough, I guess. 27 minutes on the clock, and Team 1, 1.9, 1.8, Team 2, 1.8-ish mass income. Team 1 has lost one player being Lou. Team 2 has lost Psychoed and Hollow Submarine, making this a 4v5 in favor for Team 1. And again, 27 minutes on the clock. And we have that Monkey Lord continue to being shot at by sniper bots. We do see cloaking and lasers on board F. Odin. So even if Psychoad did defeat that Monkey Lord, he was in moving into range. And we have a shield emplacement. Again, not really the best thing to do, considering the fact that we have Absolvers here from Team 2. And look at the shield just get absolutely annihilated. Look at that thing, just 1,300 capacity. Just said, no thank you, bye. And again, the shielding hit points in terms of like the shield generator's actual hull plating, only 500. So not really a lot of hit points to keep that thing alive after the shield capacity is drained. We have a T3 Summit class battleship, so it looks like he went for range. Unfortunately for Team 1, though, the battleship, in terms of trading, isn't great once those units from Team 2 come into range. So realistically, as long as Team 1 can keep Team 2 at bay, they will win the fight. But if they can't, then Team 2 will win the fight just by the choice of unit they've both gone with. But they're also going for battleships at this point, so never mind. This is going to be at range, just fighting at one another. Shield is going to soon be back online, but they did take a little bit of damage in terms of what was their attack. Nuke has been starting to go for T3 first. He did not. But he is building it decently quickly because the engineer's nearby, so I can give him a pass for that. And don't know where the... Oh, okay, now he went for Sirens. Okay, so you better idea. It looks like the destroyer was destroyed. From what I don't know, but T3 artillery shelling the upper plateau, and a Monkey Lord is inbound. Maybe a little bit of revenge. We have T2 artillery over here. Kind of not the best place to put it, behind a little, hillock here, but they might be able to shoot over that thing. I don't know. It depends on the angle. We have gunships inbound. We have also T3 AA in the area as well, and those gunships say, "Oh no, we made the wrong decision." And they are aware of the Monkey Lord. Looks like the Monkey Lord is inbound for the base. And honestly, at this point, that's probably a better choice than going after the comm, because if he dies, then his stuff goes to somebody else. So in this way, his stuff, if he does end up dying, will most likely be dead before. Oh, Monkey Lord needs to move. He's lasering that wall. He really doesn't like the little mountain there. T3 P-Gen is there. Needs to get a little bit closer. He's still on the green, though, so he's not terribly far off. P-Gen goes up. That's not good. SACU armored command unit. We have T3 2 PD going to get ripped apart. Molecular drops into the yellow. We have gunships inbound from F Odin to assist. We still have the bouncers. They're staying a little bit far back, so they're not targeted by the AA. Definitely a smart, the air-to-ground weaponry. That's definitely smart because that means they focus on the molecular, not those bouncers. Smart grab there by Death by Succubus. We have Billy Nuke inbound going for the bay of production for Team 1. I'm going to actually split things up because I want to keep track of both of these things. And there's the Billy Nuke. It is inbound, and it's going to blow up all of those engineers. That is not... Oh, there's one TMD there. That's not going to be enough. Oh, wipes out all of the engineer support and the TMD, which means the missiles behind that TAC nuke, that Billy Nuke, do claim a huge portion of those hit points, leaving the T3 Naval Headquarters at 1,700 hit points. One more Billy Nuke will be enough to wipe it out. One more regular missile will be inbound. Looks like that's going to be the end of that T3 Naval Headquarters for Yoji. He did get a couple of battleships online, so there's still that to consider for Team 1. As for Team 2, and speaking of which, Team 2 is pretty much lost all of their remaining forces, bar a couple of Neptunes and one Summit. They did get a Summit online. T3 Naval Headquarters actually survived, I think. Yep, TMD got built very, very quickly. It looks like the TAC missiles were not enough. And it's going to be blah, blah, blah. Oh. They do shoot it down. Okay, so he does keep the T3 Naval Headquarters. That was very close. One more missile would have been enough to wipe it out. And that Moleculoid's still carving a path on Swee's side of the map. He's pulling back to try to intercept some forces, but I don't think there's much that he can do at this point. We have Chicken and then a GC soon to be inbound. That GC needs to move up a little bit faster. Megalith is retreating. Definitely a good engagement point for Team 2. We have another Megalith inbound for F Odin. 31 minutes on the clock. He's going for another one. Team 2 spam engineers for whatever they're doing. They're distracting the frigates. That's something, I guess. And there's Neptune and 3 battleships online. Team 2 has 2 Neptunes and 1 battleship, so numbers not looking good for Team 2 on the western front. Mikey Lord assistance from F Odin. Sui is not looking good, down in the depths for hit points, 2,500, and is slightly recovering. Mikey Lord trying to stay out of range of the new Mikey Lord, and essentially Sui's kind of just out of the game for now. Team 1's front line still alive for the most part because of that cloaking laser commander for Team 2. We have GC inbound, Chicken inbound. Chicken heavily damaged and now dead. And looks like it's going to be... Looks like... Oh no, they see him. They see F Odin. Oh, I'm surprised that they see him, but the GC is dead. The Billy Nuke lands right there on top of the SACUs, probably from Team 1. And there's the Billy Nuke on top of F Odin's commander. Almost kills him off, but he's still being shot at. And there he goes because of those SACUs from Mimics. They kill off F Odin in a just fury of explosions. We have Strat Bombers inbound from Team 1, but a little bit too late, unfortunately. Maybe the Sniper Bots helped out a little bit with that, but that is unfortunate. They know where Pepper's comm is for Billy Nukes. Team 1's Zobnicki has his own Billy Nuke, and please tell me he's Billy Nuke the Billy. Oh, he's Billy in the Billy. That's always lovely to see. Tons of shield boats, tons of cruisers. The 2 Neptunes, looks like they one of them sacrificed their lives to get a little bit of breathing room. That Summit is not moving and is taking heavy damage from the missiles. There it is, impacts the comm. That wasn't his own Billy Nuke. That was the one from Team 1. Oof. But he's still alive. He loses all of his engineer support. Still at T2 engineering suite. Probably needs to go up to T3 in my opinion, but that's just my opinion with that. Some forces from Team 1 being dealt with. And we have Donuts now coming online for Team 2. It is a crazy match, ladies and gentlemen, and it goes to about an hour. It actually is an epic, and it mentioned at the beginning. Let me know down in the comments if you think they're going to currently win this game. Of course, if you haven't done so already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. As we watch this Billy Nuke, it might intercept Pepe's comm, and nope, gets intercepted by TMD. So it might have actually grabbed him or dropped him very close to 0 if it wasn't for those TMD. But again, thank you so much for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. Again, hit the like button, subscribe, all those YouTube things that YouTube loves to see. We do see SACUs continuing to bombard the front line position. We have Team 1 land facilities being built to try to get something in terms of maybe engineers or something on the front line. Shielding trying to be built. The Rambos are still surviving for the most part, but Strat Bombers are not going to make it easy. There goes the shield. And I think those Rambos are not long for this world. Billy Nuke lands right on top of Turbo Puck. He doesn't die from it, which is not great. He is at nano, but he has no veterancy and no gun on board. And Strat Bomber's still bombarding those SACUs. There goes one, and the other one should fall here shortly. We have anti-air presets from Team 1. They wipe out that one from Team 2, and it's just a SACU skirmish in the middle of the map. Another Billy Nuke inbound from Team 2. It's going to go after all of these Riptides hanging out to this nice little Team 1 facility, but Sui is defeated by Death by Succubuses and Monkey Lord at 34 minutes. Ooh, but he was pretty much out of the game at this point. Not a terrible, terrible loss, but still, it's gotta hurt. And then Team 1 now drops to 3v4 in favor of Team 2 for the first time in the game. Team 1 is still being pushed back by Team 2's Navy. They've been boxed into a corner, but now with 3 of those nice looking summits online and that Neptune that's somehow still alive, they're starting to push back a decent amount. Eastern side of the map not looking good. They have a huge hole Team 1 has to deal with. They have Strat Bombers inbound to assist a little bit going after the AA. That's definitely the best way to do that. Looks like the AA got spread out a little bit, so that way they didn't get 2 or 3 comboed by that little bit of torp bombers. And those hunting seeking missiles or heat seeking missiles do a very good job of just continuously follow even after their target is eliminated. They switch to another target. Monkey Lord and Megalith, Monkey Lord and Megalith for Team 1 and Team 2. Monkey Lord going to be a little bit damaged before it does damage to the Megalith, but I think this will help Team 2 win the engagement. Monkey Lord will probably get a little bit of veterans. Already at 1-star veterans, to be fair, probably will get close to a second one. I got kind of close. Megalith will die here shortly. This one from Team 2 is actually going to target the... Oh, no, does switch targets to that Monkey Lord. No, it's not targeting anything now. That's not great. Means that Megalith is probably not going to be long for this world as well. Oh, no, now it's firing. Monkey Lord in range. Oh, it might grab the Monkey Lord, but it's not looking good. We have Billy Nukes constantly landing on Team 1 and Team 2 side of the map. Turbo Puck back into the yellow, but still not looking good. And the Megalith is defeated. And that Monkey Lord did survive just barely. Another Billy Nuke inbound going to hit that Megalith for Team 2's. Looks like he almost tried to shoot at it. But there he goes. I have Team 1 comm. What you want, says Turbo Puck to Pepe's. Oh. That's funny. We have a Fat Boy online for Team 2's Pepe's. And looks like Team 2's Lizoan saying going this way for air, I would presume is what he's getting at. Team 2 have any sort of big plans. They have a lot of ASFs and a donut. They have oh, that's not artillery. That is, ladies and gentlemen, a nice looking YOLO starting to come online for Team 2. Does Team 1 have any idea of its existence? And that is a yes question, actually. That is the answer, yes, but I don't think they've really spotted it. Team 1, are you playing anything big? They have a Scathus in the green. You have anything else planned? And they have a nuke almost done here for Zopnicki. Looks like that's about it. And Yoji has a ton of mass to spend, 1.8k, 1.7k to himself, which is why he's building that thing so incredibly fast. We have Billy Nukes just firing at comms, and we have Billy Nukes firing at other Billy Nukes, and it's just a constant back and forth. I think Turbo Puck, he's probably going to die to this Billy Nuke if it lands soon enough. There it is, and there's the headshot almost. Kaboom! There goes Turbo Puck. Again, he was kind of out of the game for the most part. Once he gave over Navy, he was kind of running around for a while. That is all done with a teleporter, so maybe Billy Nuke for him. That'd be interesting because he is UEF. Oh, he has the Billy Nuke. Ooh, that's going to be fun. Scathus is online all game. Pepe's fight with me, says Turbo Puck. And shielding little lax for that YOLO. Looks like the Scathus is targeting the air grid, which I would surmise. Yep. And that is not going to look good for Team 1 here shortly once the YOLO comes online and starts firing. You need 6 SMD, says Turbo Puck to Zopnicki. And even if he has 1, that'll help a little bit. But he has a nuke. He's going for SMDs. Yeah, he's going for SMDs now. Looks like SMDs are going to start being the main item for Team 1 to produce. Going for more shielding just to protect. Love to see it. YOLO's almost done going for PD just in case. Whereas Saizawan's calm shielding not looking great for the air grid. Still running around, but not fully committing to it. Nuke is going to land on that Fat Boy, though. That's a little unfortunate for Team 2. But the resurge in Navy for Team 2 is well apparent. But Team 1 still has some battleships left, so it's not completely out of the fight yet. Yeah, they're still firing volley after volley. The YOLO should be done by now. It's almost done. It's getting close. And Scath is starting to pick through the shielding for Team 2's air grid. Speaking of which, there's another volley. SMDs being built as well to protect against any sort of standard nukes, which I think they've spotted now from Team 1. And T3 air headquarters is fine. Air grid actually not terribly well off, to be honest. And the YOLO is about to be completed. We'll just watch it be completed. There it is. We gotta load that thing immediately and just keep it firing. I like how Death by Succubus just walled off his teammates. Like, this is my side of the map. Mine. My side. You stay on your side, I'll stay on my side. Team 1 definitely knows about the YOLO now. Yep, there it is. Nuke lands near the Fat Boy. Fat Boy's not dead. Nuke lands on the Navy a little bit. And it's just bombardment, bombardment, bombardment. We have tons of frigates inbound just to slowly pick apart those frigates. The Neptune, 4-star vetted Neptune, doing super well for itself. And Spy Plane's getting a little bit of readout. We have another donut coming online from Mimics. Oh, T3 air quarters is fine. Chunk of the air grid is gone, though. Yoji Com says Death by Succubus. And it's just not Zeki. So it's only 2 players left for Team 1. So if Team 2 could assassinate both of them, that'd be the end of the game right there. Nuke is inbound. It's going to nuke short. Going after the SMD is such a smart move. You wipe out the SMD protection for Team 1, and then you blow everything else up. Because if you try to go for the big ticket item, and maybe you get it, maybe you don't. But this will guarantee that there'll be less SMDs loaded, and then you can continue to bombard. There is an Awasab bomber online. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. We know where that's going. Team 1 immediately moving their ASFs into range. Oh, please hit the thing. Oh, please hit. Oh, please hit the thing. That'd be funny. Please hit the... nope. Nope, doesn't hit any of the ASFs. That'd be really fun. Oh, it kills off a couple ASFs, though, so there's that. Bomber did not go for it. Team 2 immediately moved their air to intercept it. YOLO now being shot at by Team 1. Needs more shielding for sure. And it's not really loading very quickly, though. They're just building more SMDs, it looks like. Team 2 kind of noticed maybe Team 1 might have an advantage on them in that regard. Shielding. Ooh, not looking too good. Needs to protect that SMD as well. Maybe use the donut to block some of the shots. That'd be definitely unfortunate for Team 2 if they launch their YOLO. They're going to launch it a little bit to the west and trying to wipe out a chunk of stuff. They might actually grab Zobnicki with it. I only have 1 loaded, I think. Maybe 1 nuke here, says Saizalan. Oh, to wipe out the Navy. Yeah, that would help and start to put pressure on that western front even more. SMD's not loaded. Shielding being built. Team 1 might get a very lucky nuke if they fire it now. If it is loaded, not loaded yet. There's the YOLO. Oh, he's moving. And it is going to land. It's going to wipe out a chunk of stuff. Not terribly super important stuff, but it's going to prevent the construction of another Awasab bomber, though. And I think Zopnicki would have been in that explosion radius. But first YOLO of the game, first nuke of the game has been deployed. Shields, oh, is going to be in time to protect that SMD. Artillery starting to rain in. Oh, barely gets the shield online and then dies. Oh, the SMD's almost down. Now we have the donut moving in to shield it. A lot of the shielding has fallen for the YOLO. Shield pops back online for that SMD. Who that was super close. Team would have had a nice advantage on that. And in the northeast, SMDs just constantly being loaded. Power, that's not great for Team 2. They need their power to load all the stuff. YOLO's going to land short here. There is an SMD here, and it's 3 loaded, so it'll prevent at least 2 by the time the second one fires. Navy's being pushed back by Team 1 once again. It's a huge back and forth between Saizoan and Yoji in that regard. And there's 1 and there's 2. Yep, there it is. Shot down. Donut protecting the YOLO. And the SMD, the SMD is dead. Team 1, if they fire a nuke now, they will kill off the YOLO. 42 minutes on the clock. That's gonna suck for Team 2. That's a lot of mass and energy spent on the thing, and it's almost loaded. You gotta fire that immediately. You have to fire that immediately. Tons of aircraft carriers pumping out whatever they're pumping out, ASF bomber or something. Actually, I can see what's actually inside, though. It looks like it's a couple of ASFs and a bomber, so a mixture of stuff. But the Megalith, oh, it's not looking great. It's probably going to kill off a couple of the aircraft carriers, though. Yep, there it goes. And artillery raining in on it. Oh, it's not going to look good for those command classes. They're just sitting there hanging out. So that's going to be one aircraft carrier that loses all of its stuff inside. Something circled from Turbopuck, actually. And the donut does die. The second donut dies. The YOLO is fine. The ASFs and the donuts are wiped out from Team 2. Apologies for missing that. But neither of them died. It looks like the Awasa bomber also died. So it was just kind of a trade. But Team 1 has air dominance at a bare minimum, if not supremacy. I can click on the right. There we go. 176. I'll just say they have air supremacy. Like, they own air at this point. It's pretty darn close. Bow Nuke lands, wipes out a couple of forces, but the Riptides are going to probably finish off that Megalith, though. Megalith's still not dead for Team 1s. They wiped out a couple of stuff. Nothing too crazy, though. Got they're still running in on the YOLO. Where's that nuke firing? And is that a regular T3 artillery mixed in there for Team 1? It is. There it is right there. It's done. Second one being built as we speak. There, I was going to say, there's the nuke. It's not fired yet. Another YOLO outbound. Not another YOLO outbound. It's over here to the east. Ooh, it's going to wipe out some infrastructure for Yoji. That's going to hurt. That's a lot of power. Some mexes, but a lot more power. Yoji, how you doing on power? Oh, he's at 10. Ooh, that's not going to be good. He's going to lose more than 4 T3P gens, that's for sure. Here comes the nuke. Oh, wipes out a mech, wipes out almost another mech. A decent chunk of power. How's Yoji feeling now? Oh, he's starting to go negative. Ooh, that's not great. Needs to keep his power online. He's going super negative now. How's the YOLO doing? Another YOLO inbound. Still no nuke firing from Team 1. Is there a secondary SMD somewhere I didn't notice? There's one over here. I don't think it would be in range. No, it's barely. You'd have to shoot it right about there. You might be able to edge it. Okay, I didn't notice that other SMD. Was that new? That's not new-ish. We have SSUs here trying to build as much shielding as possible. Just get something online. There's a lot of mass in front of them, so they can fire stuff with, or use that to make stuff with it. Ooh. Ooh, SMD barely caught it. Team 1's going to be aware of that nuke sub over there. Or they noted something over there. And there's now an Atlantis online. We've seen these things not go very well for those who did deploy them, but the summits do not have torpedoes nor torp defense on board, so it will eventually eviscerate them all. Shielding still holding, but barely. T3 artillery is going to miss. That's not going to be helpful. YOLO still staying online. Ooh, it's ready to fire again. Strategic launch detected. Look at everything nearby them now. Look at all of the death and destruction from Team 1. Oh, and there's a nuke fired from Team 1. There it is. There's the nuke fired. Get that nuke and get that SMD online. Satellite up, says Team 1's Zopnicki. And it is from that nuke. Oh, see, this would be the time where it hits one another in the air. That'd be amazing, but super close. Oh, it's going to skate on by. Oh, there it is. Team 1, Zopnicki's nuke will wipe out the YOLO from Team 2. Lots of SAUs, SACUs died. And Zopnicki says, yay, how much mass? That's not a lot of mass. 48,000? That doesn't seem right. That does not seem right. I feel like that would be a lot higher. Turbopuck says hero. I mean, it did wipe out an experiment, a game ender, that's for sure. Is Team 2 prepping anything else in the pipeline? 46 minutes. There's another satellite being built by Team 2. There's one over there for Zizon. He builds another experimental. Looks like it's another Atlantis online. The T3 Naval headquarters will probably die. That he might be able to save it, maybe. You lose YOLO, orange kill, says Turbo Puck. Yeah, that seems kind of low for YOLO. 48,000? I mean, it already did take damage, but he did wipe out SACUs in that explosion as well. I feel like that would have been a lot more, but Is that Nuke's up ready to fire again? No, it's not, but it's close. How does Yoji Power doing? It's better now, a lot better now. He has 3 artillery pieces standalone, plus the Scathus. He has 4 artillery emplacement slash thingy unit shooting at Team 2. And now we have artillery landing in on the Novax. That's not fun. We also have, of course, artillery from the Summit shooting at it. That's not fun. Another Atlantis inbound. That's number 3. There's still more and more units coming in from Team 1. We have 2 of the commanders from Team 2 hanging out. Nice little pond down there. That's actually a pretty good place to hide, to be honest. But the Novax is dead. Team 2 is losing options. We have just spam units causing some ruckus for Team 2. Unless there's another big ticket item hiding somewhere. Team 2's Death by Succubus building a Scathus. Looks like the SMD is going to be targeted. That's not going to be fun. Nothing really known about that from Team 1, so it's not a huge problem if they aren't completely aware of what's down there. Team 2 does have a couple of megawatts running around. In terms of reclaim, I didn't talk about that. Team 2 is at 372. Team 1's at 241. That's a lot more mass to have in reclaim. But looks like Team 1's artillery is just going to rip everything a new one for Team 2. And at Atlantis, they're chewing away, but it's just taking a while. Again, 52,000 hit points plus veterancy. A lot of hit points to have. Do we have more of them being built? Yep, we have another one. Sorry, 51,000, not 52. It's 51,000. Apologies. He's targeting SMD, says Psychoad. I don't know what Team 2's plan is. They couldn't rely on the Scathus, but I just don't know. Don't know if that's going to work for Team 2. And lots of spy planes. Looks like Turbo Puck saying go this way. So maybe he thinks something's down there. Did he see anything? Did Team 1 see anything? No, they didn't see anything. Explosion happens to the north. Looks like it's another Billy. Lands on some Riptides, just hanging out down there. Atlantis have chewed through most of them, assisted by the Riptides, of course, and they've dealt with most of those forces. T3 Naval Headquarters is down. T2 Navy actually still online for Pepe's, though. That's a nice little consolation prize, but that Novax is not long for this world, that's for sure. Oh, shield is barely staying online. And there goes an explosion. Another billion lands on top of those remaining 2 summits. There's one there, but that one's almost dead anyways. Now we have bombers, ASF, spy plane. Actually, they're all spy planes. It looks like Team 2 is going to get a huge readout on what Team 1's up to. Does that count? Yep, the Scathus is done. Team 2's mobile artillery unit is online. And guess what it's targeting? Team 1's mobile artillery unit. And is there another artillery being built? Or is it... Oh, it's a YOLO, because why not? But, ooh, it's in the air grid, and the air grid has taken tons of damage. There goes some pigeons. Oof. The satellite is down. Did Team 2 lose it? Team 2 did lose it. That's unfortunate. And shielding is being not really assisted by Team... Oh, no, some of them are probably waiting to assist. Another volley inbound. He's lost a decent more chunk of power. How's Yoji's power doing? Oh, it's not great. Oh, he's got to fix it. Oh, it's not good. Don't want to lose more pigeons. That would not be good. Okay, he fixes it. But, oof, that was not looking good. Scathus Fire versus Scathus Fire. Team 2, how's your shielding game going? Well, it's going. It's getting fixed. Ooh. Oh, no. There's another SMD there, but it was newly minted. Team 1, do you have a nuke waiting to fire? You definitely do. Fire that nuke. Fire that nuke. Fire it now. Fire it now. If you want to kill off that Scathus soon, you got to fire it now. Shielding being assisted. You can actually upgrade them, actually. No build, says Turbo Puck. No, I'm assuming he says no build power. Mega with heavily damaged by T2 artillery and some gunships. That's not helpful. And Scathus now raining in on some more concentrated stuff for Team 1. The artillery definitely would be a nice target. This one is going to be and more annoying to deal with. Artillery started for Zopnicki. He still has the nuke. Strat on edge, or Snipe says Psychoad. Oh, talking about going after mexes, it looks like. Oh, a lot of those pigeons, a lot of those artillery pieces are unshielded now. A lot of the shielding has been taken out. That's going to help out a ton with firepower for Team 2 to deal with. Oh, look at the shielding, though, from Team 2. Not a lot left. Constantly building more. Got 2 volleys, maybe, might get pumped out before the death of the everything. Oh, there's more P-Gens dead. That's not going to be good. Team 1 needs to keep their power situation fixed. He's still positive, but ooh, it's just not looking good. He has to cut down on production elsewhere, and he's losing Navy again. Another nuke inbound. There it is. There is the nuke launch. Is it going for it? It's going for it. You got to move it. Yep. It might be too late, though. It might be too late. Yeah, send it westward. Maybe blow up these wall sections and then just send it west. Oh, yeah, that'll work. They'll blow up the wall sections for you. There you go. Create a nice little escape route. Oh, the nuke is inbound. It's still inbound. Oh, and it's not going to be fun. Oh, the everything. I'm getting flashbacks to yesterday's game. Is Team 2 having another SMD emplacement they can use to keep the thing alive? There goes the nuke. Kaboom! Scathis is getting hit. And Team 1, they lost more and more P-Gens, but staying alive and power-wise. I have an Awasa bomber waiting in the clip, but waiting in the waiting room in the batting box. There's a shielding that they can hide under, and artillery fire still raining in. It's going to be the second game where their Team 2 will lose. And they were trying to rebuild the YOLO. They're going for P-Gens. Don't know what else they're going for. Yeah, just saying, hey, build stuff here. T2 shield. I hear the Awasa bomber somewhere. Where is it? There it is over there. Going after tons of Cougars. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. The AA firepower. Oh, and there goes the Novax. There goes the Scathis. That's unfortunate. So that's second game ender eliminated for Team 2. And Sizolan's in the water down here to the east. Team 1 artillery still shielded, but we have a Team 2's Navy now moving in to go after the T3 naval headquarters. That's a counter Billy by Team 1. It'll wipe out some of them, but the Atlantises are here. Atlantes, they're there. Another nuke inbound from Team 2 on the eastern front. That SMD is loaded, and it's going westward to go after those megaliths, so they're going to deal with that. That bomber's going to kill off a ton of hit points. Looks like it might really... Oh, it might hit both still. Boom. Wipes out a chunk of hit points, but hey, it helps out a little bit. And the rest of the Riptides have been dealt with. It's just the Atlantes at this point. Another Atlantis coming online. T3 Naval Headquarters is rebuilt for Sizon. We have a land force inbound from Team 1. Megaliths down the middle of the map. Now we have just chunks of stuff slowly being eradicated for Team 2. It is a comeback for sure. And there is a desync towards the end there, but I did feel like this game was worth casting just because there's enough going on for both teams where maybe Team 2 had a comeback, maybe Team 1 had has a comeback and is gonna, have a comeback from a comeback from a comeback or whatever. But at this point, it's not looking too great for Team 2. So unless they have some other big ticket item somewhere. They have an artillery piece, right? Oh, they have a Mavor. There it is. So maybe that'll be enough. But there's still 3 artillery pieces plus a Scathis. They have Navy, barely, but not by much. Who knows? It might be a comeback from a comeback. Again, there is a desync to be, to consider. But like I said, I felt like this game was good enough to where the desync might not matter, but there it is. It's pumping out shots. Ooh, there's one impact. Shielding is being heavily assisted, to be fair, though. Unless Team 2 gets something else to fire on that thing, it's not going to matter. SMD and danger, says Psychoad. Yep, getting more shielding, but I don't think it'll matter. There's another dead SMD for Team 2. There's another one down there. They have another one back here. No, they don't. They're going for just straight shielding. And if Team 1 has another nuke in the magazine, yes, they do. 91,000 mass kill with that thing. Oh, it might not matter. We have Saizon over here to the east. We have the Megalith still causing some havoc. They did kill one of them, so there's that. 55 minutes on the clock. Land army continue to just push and push Team 2 back. And like I said, at this point, it might not matter. All Team 1 has to do is fire a nuke and wipe that out, and that's the end of the game pretty much right there. It just depends on how long it takes for Zopnicki to realize it. He has a satellite. He has his own artillery. He has another artillery. There's 5 artillery pieces, 4 stationary, 1 mobile. That is a lot of firepower. It's just an incredible amount of firepower. And they're going after all the P-gens, all the everything. And that's a billion nuke. It lands on top of the shielding. Saizalman is there. He's teleporting out of there immediately. The question is, can the shields hold long enough? They're building another shield right there. Another one pops back online. I don't know. There's the Mavor shot. It does land. It kills off the nuke for Team 1 Zopnicki. So it landed a little bit short. Didn't fire off the nuke, unfortunately. He's like, well, there goes my nuke. Yep, there it goes. But this land army is inbound to the south, and there's really nothing for Team 2 to defend against with it. They have a Fat Boy and stuff, but ooh, ASF's getting hit. That's never fun. It's just not looking good for Team 2. There is a possibility, but highly unlikely. Mavor goes back to the Scathis, but that doesn't matter at this point. Team D's built. That Fat Boy trick is not going to work a second time. Another SACU blows up. Scathis fire continue to rain in on Team 2. Another SMD was built, but I don't think that one's going to matter. Once the shielding falls, there's not much left for Team 2. Novak's over top of Team 2's base. Yoji MVP. Yoji definitely MVP for Team 1 for sure. Pepe's firing a billion nuke over there. Don't know if it's going to go anywhere. Team D is being built, so that'll deny all of that nonsense. There's also cruisers up there firing at stuff. Very much losing my base. Ouch, says Zopnicki. Yeah, that doesn't help, but the game's gonna go Team 1's way. So, like I said, yeah, it's unfortunate there was a desync a couple of minutes ago, but given the trend of things that we saw at that point, yeah, there was a Mavor being built, but I mean, if it was in like complete sync with the billion nuke, maybe the Scathis would have been taken out. Maybe Yoji would have died. It's really hard to say at this point. So, P-gens being fired upon, SMDs being fired upon. Yeah, Zopnicki's like Mavor of all things. We've had almost every game ender in this game, so there's that. More P-gens getting wiped out. And just the constant barrage of stuff. Another nuke inbound from Team 2 on the eastern front. There should be an SMD loaded somewhere. Yeah, right there. It might grab it. It's going to blow up something, but nothing consequential. 57 minutes and climbing. Strap bomber is just flying over top for Team 2. And look at the shielding. It's falling. There's not much left. Not much left. There goes the bombardment. P-gens are being hit. That's going to cause some volatile explosions. We have tons of Ravagers and defenses trying to come online. Shielding popping in and offline. Got this volley inbound once again. Again, there's 5 artillery pieces online. 6 maybe if the other one from Zopnicki got finished. So there's a P-gen. That means a little bit of fire rate is gone. His second one has been stopped for the time being. But he still has 4 plus the other one from the Scathis, so 5. Navy was won by Team 2 eventually, but I think it just took too long. If Team 2 was able to wipe out this when they initially tried to, it would have maybe given them enough time to completely win Navy and then push on that western side, and maybe the whole game would have been different at that point, but just wasn't in the cards. You have 4 Monkey Lords inbound, and they'll clean up the entire northern half of Team 2. More volleys inbound from Team 1 from the artillery pieces. And It's just not looking good. Shields pop again on and off line. More SSUs with the bubble shield presets helping out. We have Ravager spams being built. One of the Monkeynoids is dead. But 59 minutes on the clock. And there's not really a lot of momentum for Team 2 at this point. Even the, Atlantis, it's fine. It's great to see, but the shielding has collapsed. Mabor at 66 HP, almost at 96, 66 HP. Shielding pops back online just for a brief moment, but the volleys, all the everything. I don't think it's going to matter. There's another volley inbound. Building more shielding. Artillery shells constantly, and plasma just constantly being bombarded. Another shield's going to pop online. Team 2's not giving up just yet, but put Mabor here, says Saizal. I'm talking about Yoji trying to edge that western side. Explosion somewhere on the map. Don't know where it is. But there's the Mabor. It's gone. That's what the explosions were. And 55 seconds. There's the retreat from Team 2. And it's going to be 1 hour even. Oh, 2 seconds. 2 seconds. It could have been an hour even. So yeah, again, there was a desync. But like I said, at that point in the game, I don't think there was very much that Team 2 could have done to win it. So thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And I will see all of you in the next one.